This is a location in Egg Harbor Township where people with disabilities have a chance to ride horses while they get their therapy to make them better. And it's a location where you can even participate.
He's getting his flies. They're bothering him. Okay, what do you say? What do you tell him? Throw him to the big room.
So we're out at a beautiful setting, and it's beautiful things that happen out here, the Atlantic Riding Center for the Handicapped. How in the world did you start this?
Well, I was involved with a United Cerebral Palsy Service Board, and I didn't really know what I could do for them. And a few months later, I saw a clinical study in one of my equestrian magazines on therapeutic horseback riding, and I thought, this is what I can do. And as it turned out, I left the service board because I got so involved in developing the program, and through certification classes and that type of thing, we finally got ours started.
You know what's exciting, or it has to be exciting, is the number of kids that come through here and are part of the program. Some people might think, well, there's 2 or 3 or 5, but nowhere that number is extensive.
Well, we started out in May of 1989, and we started out with 1 horse, 1 pony, and 15 riders and a waiting list. And at that time, I was the only instructor. And at the end of 1990, we had approximately 125 clients go through the program, and we're anticipating over 200 this year. So all the schools and our private clients are really learning how beneficial therapy is through the use of the horse.
Use your elbow. Release him. Go back with your right. Let's sit up tall. Look where you're going. Okay. Let's make a circle around that cone, Evan. So you're going to
Do the kids really get a benefit from horseback riding with their disabilities?
Oh, definitely. In more ways than I could take time to describe today. But first of all, it improves their posture and their balance, their ability to weight shift, which influences their walking, and just generally how they carry themselves in both sitting and standing positions. And also, it gives them a risk-taking sport, which is really important for someone with a disability, in that it gives us a challenge. It spurs us on. It's not so that we're so dependent on other people.
Now, you mentioned us and we, and you yourself have a disability. You were telling the story of how you got involved when you were 6 years old. This was a bribery to your parents to take physical therapy.
Yes, I have cerebral palsy myself. I have diplegia and have since birth. And I bribed my mother into it, saying I would go to physical therapy without kicking and screaming if she let me have horseback riding lessons. That was before, in the States, it was considered anything, just a recreational sport. I was just horse crazy.
Wait, you mentioned before the risk-taking. A lot of parents who have children who have disabilities might say, oh, gee, I don't know if I want my little boy or little girl who might have cerebral palsy, might have to walk with braces or even in a wheelchair, to go out on a horse. How do you hook them into it? How do you sell it to a parent?
Well, first of all, look around you. It's beautiful here. It's much nicer than a clinic. Much nicer to be outside where the trees are blowing and the sun's shining. That's one thing that draws them out here. And just giving them a chance to see how we do what we do. As you noticed, we had sidewalkers and a leader until that's not appropriate anymore, so we do take safety precautions. So the risk factor is minimalized in adults' mind, but for the child, it's given them a whole new world.
Megan and Janice Stride, this is just such a fun program. Megan, how long have you been riding a horse? You're doing great out there.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Now, do you enjoy being out on the horse?
Yeah.
What benefit? You know, some people don't know why you're riding or what benefit you get. What do you get out of riding a horse? How does it help you?
it helps my arm get straighter, even though it's shorter than my other hand, and it helps also my leg too, to keep it from. I walk on my toe, but now I'm starting to walk on my heel.
So from riding on the horses, your arm and leg are doing a lot better than if you weren't riding the horses.
Mhm. Yeah.
Janice, how did you find the program?
Well, a friend of ours is an instructor here, and she got Megan interested in horses, and once we got started, we really enjoy it. So she's been riding twice a week now.
When you think about where Megan was 3 years ago with her physical disability, did you think you'd see the type of progress that you've seen through Arch?
I didn't know what to expect, but I find that it's both physical and mental. It's good for her morale and her self-image too, because she competes and she's won blue ribbons, and it's something to be proud of. So she's real happy riding.
I think that this is one of those little secrets of the area, that there's something like this here. And seeing all the kids out there, and some aren't kids, some of the adults who have some sort of physical disability, it has to create a sense of satisfaction as a mom to see your little one doing this.
We're very proud of her, and she's accomplished a lot in the short time that she's been riding. So, when she started, if she walked on a horse, we were proud, and now she's starting to canter, which is really amazing that she's controlling the horse and going that speed.
When the kids get here, the fun begins as far as seeing the success rate. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes with our volunteers and our fundraising. It can take us anywhere from a half hour to an hour prior to any of our lessons just to prepare the horses for riding. Yes, funding is a major part of our program because we do accept any disabled client regardless of their ability to pay. Our strong belief is that we don't care whether they have money or not, that if the therapy can benefit them, we want them in our program. So we look to service groups and to private donations, businesses, corporate donations, and they come in slowly but surely. But it's promoting, letting people know that we're here and what success rates we are having with this kind of program. And due to our closing in the winter, we're finding that a lot of these riders start to regress because they do not have the therapy with the motion of the horse. And what we're trying to do right now is raise $150,000 for an indoor facility so we can provide year-round service for all of these riders.
How does someone get in touch with the Atlantic Riding Center for the Handicapped?
They can send their donations to the Atlantic Riding Center for the Handicapped at 516-E Asbury Road, English Creek, New Jersey, zip code 08330. And anyone wishing to volunteer or more information can call us at 926-2233. I think it is important to also note that we are a nonprofit charitable organization.
We're part of the United Way also.
And we are an agency through the United Way. And we are a 100% volunteer organization.
And just one more point. For somebody out there who has a child who they've been looking for some sort of therapy, to get them out in the community and out in the real world, do you still have openings that you can take a child that might want to participate and learn how to ride a horse?
We make openings. We want them. We want every one of them to reap the benefits of our program.
Let's go.